Hi, I'm Liv. I'm here to tell you about this week's featured fabrics. Every Friday we have a collection of fabrics that goes live at 10 a.m. Central Time. On Thursdays we release a video to tell you about all of the fabrics, let you know kind of how much we have, what they're made of, what they're good for, what the drape is like, so you can think about them overnight and be ready the next morning if something in this collection is a thing you really need for your near future sewing projects. We also want you to just be able to take the time to think about it so that it's not a straight up impulse buy. That's kind of how all of this stuff ended up with us in the first place. People bought things they ended up not using. We like to encourage conscious consumption around here. Let's get started. Our palette this week is very much kind of a chili powder, kind of spice rack sort of a palette. Our first piece is just an Auburn brown, heavy medium weight cotton. So fairly chunky. You could potentially do a pair of sort of loose fitting shorts out of this. You could also do a very nice shirt. Just a basic woven tee would be really cute. Just a nice sturdy piece of cotton. Scraps are quiltable. Make a nice fall cozy thing out of this. This one's called Hickory. It's a wool suiting. So again, this nice fall tone. Could definitely get a pair of pants out of this. In fact, that's maybe your best bet. Unless you're more advanced and can do something more tailored, you could definitely make a jacket. It's a nice neutral for all you fall folks. Nice drape on this one. Again, that's a wool. Here is a maroon toned rayon twill. Rayon, fluid drape, that's what it's known for. Excellent for slacks, breathable, biodegradable. It is a man-made or synthetic fiber, but it's made from plant-based materials, so it is biodegradable. This is not a plastic fiber, so it also breathes, which is why we kind of love it. The only reason we don't encourage buying rayon new is just that the process for making rayon is really toxic. Secondhand, it's already in existence. We can use it up, but if you're buying new, I avoid it if I can. We have by accident ordered rayon for our new fabric shop before, and I always feel bad about that. But you know, we learn from our mistakes and pay closer attention next time. Got some nice pants potential here. You may have noticed we've got a lot of silk lately. I went on my first fabric road trip this past July. We don't usually travel to get fabric, but this was such a nice estate that I decided to sort of multitask it, and my husband and I took a couple days, drove up to Wisconsin and picked up this estate. We had the opportunity to check out Plymouth, Wisconsin, and got to go over to Sheboygan, check out Lake Michigan. It was a really nice little trip. We met a lovely lady who was handling this fabric estate and did a lovely job organizing it and getting it ready for us. Drove back with a load of 20 storage tubs in the back of our truck. We made them all fit. It was some serious packing Tetris. But anyway, all this silk, a lot of these fancy fashion fabrics and wool all came from this same estate of a fancy lady who would go shopping in Chicago at the Vogue fabric store. So really nice stuff, and we are excited about it. It's kind of sprinkled through our collections for the next few months, definitely. So, silk. This is Umber Silk Crepe. Crepe means it has more of like a matte finish to it. Still has that amazing fluid drape of a silk, and this one is not really sheer unless you hold it right up to the light. You can't see through it unless there's a light directly behind it. Really gorgeous. You could do a blousey, floaty, fancy formal thing. You could also do something slightly more tailored, like a button-up. Little poof sleeve with a ruffled collar might be very nice. All you autumn folks, this is the collection for you. This one's called Subtle Spotty Reversible Rayon. It is reversible. One side is a little more red, and there's just a teeny tiny little polka dot pattern on this. The other side's kind of this tan color, and the polka dots are red. So just perfect opposites of each other. Whichever one you prefer, you get to go with. Again, dresses, blouses, skirts, floaty things. You could also do some swishy slacks out of this one. It's not particularly sheer. You can see through it when you hold it up to the light, but other than that, it's not terribly see-through. This one it could go a lot of ways. It's a grid, sewn in. You could go home deck with this, but you could also do a jacket or something like that with this. It's not going to be comfortable as pants. It's a little too, the texture is gonna rub together and just be weird. This one does not have very fluid drape. It's fairly stiff. More of a medium weight. You could also do drapes. For a smaller window, you could totally do drapes. Definitely want to line it, but that would be very posh. Next up is a heathered brown sweater knit. This is acrylic, so it is synthetic, but acrylic, a lot of sweaters are made from acrylic because it's just very soft. You do want to take care of this and definitely don't throw it in the dryer. You want to wash it on gentle and then air dry it, like line dry it, lay it out. Otherwise you're going to get a lot of the pilling, which is not, it makes it look older faster. So let's avoid that. Here's your stretch. Pretty good this way. Little tiny bit of stretch in the vertical. This is great for just whipping up a quick cardigan. It's already knit. You don't have to do the knitting. Really nice cozy fabric for fall. Here is another sweater knit. This one's a lot finer. It's almost like a jersey. I have my little friend helper here. I don't know if any of you remember Lily. I brought her to work with me today. Here's Lily. Oh, she is a lot Chihuahua and a lot angsty. Just a lot of angst. Maybe anxiety is a better word. She does not look relaxed. She doesn't feel relaxed. She's very tense. I'm gonna put her down. She wanted to come with me, but once she got here, she was not so sure about it. So this is basically like a wool t-shirt. It's pretty stretchy this way, a little bit stretchy this way. Again, perfect for a cardigan. This kind of cinnamon color, we're calling it Sienna. It's Sienna. Really nice for a nice drapey, flowy cardigan. If you wanted to, you could make like a long sleeve t-shirt slash sweater. It is wool, so it's got that touch of itchy to it, but warm things in winter, you're layering up anyway. This is a really nice little piece of fabric here. This is Espresso wool suiting. This one is a medium weight wool, more for slacks. If you did a jacket, it would need to be lined. It's just a little bit too light. You could definitely do slacks. Again, you would probably want to line the slacks too, just for comfort, because wool has a little bit of itchiness. It also tends to ride up, and if you have a slick lining in it, it'll hang better. Kind of a medium drape. You could do a jacket or a coat out of this. Just depends on your skill level, really. We're calling this one Garnet Garden Stripe. It is a cotton twill. Really more of a home deck. However, because it is cotton and twill, you can totally make clothes out of this. If you have an amazing design idea, run with it. You could for sure do some kind of a duster cardigan. You could do slacks as well. That might be very dramatic. If you're clever with how you line up your stripes, could be very, very impactful. We do need to let you know that you see the back side here, there's been a big strip cut off at the selvage. So we have given you the measurement for the actual width of the fabric. It's not totally selvage to selvage because there's been a strip cut off. But there's still plenty of yardage here. More wool. This is a wool crepe. This is Garnet wool crepe. This one is nice and light. If I can get it, there we go. Slightly sheer, excellent. See this drape, lovely drape. You could do a really pretty skirt. In fact, that might be the way to go. We just have a nice flounce to it. Also, it is too early, but I am thinking fall and like little riding boots and knee highs and a little skirt from this. Very, very cute. You could also do a little jacket. Why is everything little? You could do a big jacket. You could do a drapey cardigan sort of situation. Lots of potential with this one. And it's not super itchy. I mean, any wool right against your skin might be irritating depending on how sensitive you are, but this is a nice, smooth, soft one. Last one, this is Berry wool crepe. So another wool crepe. This one's just a touch heavier than the other one. It's got this selvage woven in. It says super fine, pure new wool. I just always think it's a higher quality. I don't know if it's actually true, but just seems more fancy and important when it's got that woven in selvage on it. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually true, but it seems like it would be. This one again is a little bit sheer up to the light. Amazing drape, nice and smooth, not super itchy. So that is it for this week. Happy sewing.